2 and 1.
What's up, brother?
We are live.
We back, dude.
What's
we back,
up, baby? How you been?
Good, dude. How you been?
Looking fresh, looking good.
Clean cut.
It's been about a week ago. We got Bobby free, baby.
Bobby's free.
Hey, that's a good sign. 2021 is just like this right now.
Yep.
You know?
That's a take off.
You want to talk about this a little bit?
Got the Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 3. You never go wrong with Cudi. And I think it's a solid album.
Yeah, it's a good album. So my girlfriend actually got this for me. I don't even know what for. I don't even think there's a reason. Yeah, she just hooked me up with it. She knew I like that album, so
She spoiled you.
shout out to Kiana, my baby. You know, I promise child support is coming soon. Don't worry, okay? Just kidding.
Rip.
Nah, but 2021's off to a really good start. You know,
Yes.
there's a lot of good things happening to us.
Yeah.
Most
definitely.
some things we can talk about, some things we can.
Going to the radar.
We just got news. Bobby's free, but we gained a homie back, but we're also losing a homie.
Yeah, we are. This might be it. We're against the grain. This might be our final episode, but we're gonna ride it out. I'm going away for a little bit, but we'll see where it takes us.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, it's been a good run.
It's been fun, dude.
We've had a blast.
Yeah.
I know we promised you all these things, but this might be our last episode, guys. So we're gonna go out with a bang.
Yep.
And before this episode ends, though, like right now, just subscribe to our channel. Okay. Some things might pop off down the road.
Yeah.
But
We don't know. Could be today. Could be tomorrow.
you have one more thing to say?
Yeah. And our guest today is one of my good friends. Go way back. Talk every day. He's not from here. Aaron, out my pants. What's up, Aaron? Thanks for coming, dude.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good, man.
Glad to have you on the
Good.
table.
Yeah.
What's new, bro? What's going on with you?
Just
The world
living
keeps
life.
spinning, right?
Yeah, world keeps spinning, living life. It's been a hell of a year.
How's your trip to New Mexico been so far?
Dude, it's been great. Yeah, I had an easy flight in, which is always good. And, the weather's better here than it is back home. We've been getting hit by snow and everything like that. So
From Pennsylvania, right?
from Pennsylvania, yeah, man, all the way over
It's
here.
like the Arctic Circle over there, dude. He
Yeah,
sends
it
me
is.
snaps. I'm like, dang, dude.
Dude, we've had snow like every week for the past month. Just been
Wow.
snowing.
Dang, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, here it's like we don't get nothing too crazy of the elements, but we'll get a lot of all the elements.
Right.
And it just like, it just melt in like 3 hours.
Yeah, true.
But it's a lot drier out here too. I was telling him like 50 degrees back home.
Oh,
We'd be
yeah.
freezing our butts off.
Mhm.
But like here, there's no humidity, so
Oh yeah,
it's
it's
like
dry,
it's pretty
bro.
nice.
Yeah,
I was in a t-shirt.
for
Yeah.
sure. Dude, it's so weird. Last week I got sunburnt at work, like sunburn, hot sunburn, and then literally like 2 days later, like I got like frostbite. I'm not even kidding, bro. Like I was like burnt, like tan, but then the next day I was freezing. I was like,
This is weird.
I mean, that's gotta be the worst. When you're burnt, you're hot. And it's
yeah,
just, like,
dude, that dry. So I was already burnt, and then it got cold. So like my sunburn got cold, bro. Lights out.
Let me tell you something real quick, dog.
What?
You're about to kill us.
Huh?
You're about to kill us over there, bro.
Oh!
I got my stove on, bro.
We have
The
technical
flame is
difficulties. The flame stays lit.
So for every episode, we have our guest almost kill himself. It's part of tradition.
It is. Gotta keep the culture.
Didn't make it.
Yeah, but we almost just all died, so it's all good.
Yeah, true.
Maybe
First
this
you
happened.
almost died, and then
That
now
is
we
true.
almost just all died.
Yeah, maybe this half of the apartment complex.
Yeah, hey, the torches live,
Yeah,
baby.
but we're still going.
Shout out. Since
Hey.
the first episode,
Yep.
we're gonna run it down to nothing.
Nada.
So you're burning the plastic.
Yeah, basically. Burning my wall, burning everything, bro. might just burn the house down with this episode.
Yeah, it's fine.
So Brandon was telling me that you're like really into like guns and like
Yeah.
shooting for fun and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I've been in. So this is actually a true story. So since the day I was born, I've had a gun. So my godfather, the day I was born, dropped a 22 chipmunk off, which is a little 22 bolt action rifle at my house. And I used to play with that when I was a kid. Not play with it.
Yeah.
When you take it seriously. Big on gun safety. I've always been big on gun safety. But yeah, so I've had a gun since the day I was born.
That's cool, man.
Really been
So we always just mess around shooting targets.
Well,
Did you live in an area where you could shoot?
Yeah, so I actually have my own gun range in my house, so I can pretty much shoot whenever. You know, I live on 100 acres. Nobody really bothers me. I can go down and shoot, blow up tannerite. I mean, you name it. I can do whatever I want.
Holy cow, man. You ever blow up anything cool, like shoot a fridge or something?
Yeah, so I blew up cabinets, dishwasher.
Actually, now that you say that, this kid wandered on it, bro.
So I was actually showing him a video yesterday. We had a Yogi the Bear cutout, and I blew up Yogi the Bear, like just blew up the smithereens. Yeah,
dude.
But yeah, that's really driven me to guns, like especially with the way everything is right now. I've been buying ammo, I've been buying parts, and But if you ask me, I mean, I lost all my guns in a boating accident. I don't have anything left.
Hey, bro, you didn't see it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Out of sight, out of mind.
So I don't know what happened to them all. They all just disappeared.
Are 22 caliber bullets still the most expensive or still hardest to get?
22.
Not expensive, but I know there was a shortage, right?
Yeah, that was a couple years ago. 22s were pretty hard to get. They did go up in price because I think you could buy like a brick of like 500 for less than $50, and it went up to like 100 or a couple $100. But it's back down.
Nice.
Now, right now, 9mm is the most manufactured round in the world. That it was pretty much impossible to get about 6 months ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I was paying $170 for 1,000 rounds last February. About this time, actually. Last February, I was paying $170 for
And how long would that last you? Just if you were just shooting regularly?
If I was shooting like I was, probably a couple months, like just after work, playing around or whatever.
That's a lot of money, dude. It was like that.
Well, now it's $550 $550 $1,000. Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
So what happened was the pandemic hit. There was 12 million new gun owners. Everybody got scared and realized the government couldn't protect them.
Everyone just bought everything.
Bought a bunch of guns. 9mm the most common
Production
round.
stopped, I'm sure.
Production
Importing
stopped.
everything.
China made most of our primers for our ammunition. Primers you can't get 'cause everything was shut down from China. All these ammo manufacturers are at half capacity because of COVID, so they can't work all their workers. And it's the highest demand the country's ever seen for ammo. So
That's crazy.
nothing out there.
Man. But did you get what you needed?
Yeah, I got enough.
That's good.
Definitely got enough.
Too bad it all got lost in that boat.
It all,
Like the
yeah, I was
Titanic.
just, I was out there looking for jaws on the boat one day, and I was like, I'm just gonna bring every gun I have, and I just lost them all.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Burn it down like you almost burnt down the house.
Yep, exactly.
Like, you're gonna go up in flames.
Yeah, no, it's
So now are things starting to even out a little bit, or is it still?
so things
It's
are
evened out, but high evened out.
Yeah, it's so things were coming back. You can find ammo like most stores around me, probably most stores around here actually too.
Yeah.
Are one box per person.
It is,
still.
yeah.
And it's still probably $6. Probably anywhere between $3 to $6 more a box than it would have been normally.
Right.
And so the ammo deal, guns are coming more available. There was no guns. Like for a while. I know when everything first happened, there was a line around our local gun show. Like, people lined up down the block to buy guns because they were scared. Every person was like, "Oh, I don't need a gun." Went out and bought one.
Yeah, and then people are seeing riots, stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, dang, I'm gonna have to protect myself."
Yeah, exactly. And everybody, because everybody felt so safe. Nothing's happened in years.
And then all of
we
a
don't
sudden
need
you're
that.
seeing like the government get overthrown. You're like, "Oh, God."
Yeah, people coming in and burning down stores, and that wasn't too far from where I live.
Yeah.
It was very possible that
Oh,
that kind of
dude,
stuff
it
was
could
going to
leak
work.
over for sure.
Yeah, so people were starting to freak out.
Did you get any extra? Or didn't you just buy a pistol too, or no?
Yeah, I bought a 1911.
Did you just have pistols pretty much
Yeah.
for target shooting?
Yeah. Safety.
No. Did you get an AR too, or no?
No, I haven't got any. No, I need to get an AR.
I would say if you're gonna do it now. They're talking about from what last I heard, they're trying to pass a bill, which most likely won't happen. $800 per firearm you own per year. So it's gonna be a tax, $800 per firearm, and then and that's an annual tax. And then there's something else you're gonna have to go through. And then they're trying to get you to have an ammo purchasing license. limit how much ammo you can purchase, where you can buy it from, whether you can take it across state lines, whether you can buy it out of state, what you can do
Really?
with it. Yeah. So, and
How
it's
could
something
they?
like
How could they know how much though? Like, how can they predict how much you're gonna use it?
they can't. That's the thing. I
You know
target
what I
shoot.
mean?
So I
Like-
could go out. I could it's not uncommon for me. I've blown 1,500 rounds in an afternoon
Yeah.
between me and my buddies.
But they don't know that, so they're like, "Oh, you maxed out," or they could say that. Worst
Well,
case scenario.
I think like the amount of ammo they're letting you purchase would be like 30 rounds every 6 months, which
What
is
the heck?
nothing. Yeah. Think about if you're so think about this. If you're a hunter, right?
Yeah.
Say you go hunting, well, you're gonna have to take probably if you haven't touched your gun and you want to make sure you're on target, it's probably gonna take about 10 shots. Okay, that's about average. A guy wanting to sight in, make sure he's hitting this, maybe changing distances,
Yeah.
maybe changing this, maybe changing that, adjusting a little bit. Hey, did I bump my scope?
Right.
Getting out of the stand last year or whatever. So there's 10 rounds there. So now you're left with 20 rounds for the season. Okay, and so you go out or you got more tags or hey, you want to go out to Colorado and hunt or whatever. You gotta wait another 6 months to get 30 rounds.
Better
That's
get
gonna
your
be
shots, huh?
insane. That's insane.
Pull some deep.
Yeah, this guy.
Do you go hunting or no?
Yeah, when I
Or do
can.
you just do target?
When I can, I like to do waterfowl hunting with geese, ducks,
Yeah.
whatever.
I've heard that's I've never done that hunting.
It's
I've
great,
never
man.
like gone like duck hunting and all that.
It's great, man.
See shotgun.
The difference is like deer hunting, you gotta be quiet, sitting there by yourself. You know, there's a lot of work goes into waterfowl hunting, but you can sit there and you can talk and joke around, and we'll cook breakfast in the blind, like with a little heater, whatever, and then you hear the geese or the ducks come in. You shut up for a second, you call them in, you get out, shoot them. You either have a dog or you go out and if you're in the field, you go pick them up, pile them up, wait for the next flock.
So you call them, and do they all just flock by where you're at, and you shoot them? Do you wait till they land and then you shoot them? Do you shoot them as they're coming in?
You shoot them as they're coming in. Yeah, you can't really. I can't actually remember if it's illegal. I know it's definitely frowned upon to shoot them while they're on the ground, while they're like head raking.
Don't take the duck while it's down, bro.
Yeah.
That's a life lesson, alright?
Yeah. But we set up decoys. Like I mean, there's been days we've set up like 600 decoys in big fields, and just to make the spread look good. The more you
600 decoys, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
How long does
How
that
long?
take?
About
How
an
do
hour
you?
and a
What
half.
do you do with 600 decoys?
Put them in trailers. Well, that was 600 decoys between decoys and silhouettes. The silhouettes are like there's like little pieces. They kind of look like cardboard. They're plastic though.
Yeah.
And they're just an outline, so you can fit like 100 of them like this. And there's little stakes you can walk around, put them in the ground. Because birds, I mean, they can't smell that great because they can smell, but
But they just see like a big flock, and they just
They're
that's all
visual.
they do is just land.
yeah, they're like, oh, some of them move. It's like, oh man, these guys are down here. Just come in.
Dang.
They won't land. They won't land with wind to their tail, so they come in. So you kind of have to take wind, figure out how they're gonna land, set your spread up to where you can leave a hole for them to land into.
Yeah.
You kind of set it up like you do, or you can set it up however you want, I guess. But then you wait for them to land.
Do they come in a pretty big flock?
It depends. You can get singles, you can get doubles. I've barely been able to go hunting because I've been so busy the past couple years. But last hunt I went on, I might even be able to show you a video later. It is a very good spot. We had probably flocks of about 80 to 100 coming in at a time. But what's really cool, and what I want to do is go out out west this way. I guess it'd be like more towards like Indiana, Idaho, somewhere out there, and snow geese. They'll come in thousands.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
So you're just like literally just.
There's no need to call. Yeah, there's no need to call. Like they'll
So you
take.
just go out there at a certain time.
Yeah, you'll set up decoys and you'll just sit there because like regular geese you have to call to them. Like you're kind of like you're talking to them.
Yeah.
And then you gotta kind of like persuade them to come in, and then most of the time you get them to lock up or whatever. Snow geese, if they're gonna commit, they're gonna commit. But they're so loud because they're all going.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's 2,000 or 3,000 geese above you, and they spiral in like a tornado. Like it looks like a tornado.
Imagine
It's
that.
huge.
And so you're literally sitting with your decoys, just like waiting for them to land.
Yep. And then most of the snow geese guys, they have mag extensions on their shotguns, so they're running probably 8 to 10 shells in a shotgun, and they have cases, and those will open up all these boxes. As soon as the snow geese, you don't have to aim, you just like pull the trigger, and they're a nuisance because they'll get into a field, and they'll
Just destroy the land.
they'll just
Eat all the seed, everything that's.
because like a Canadian goose will just like eat what's on top.
Mm-hmm.
Snow geese will actually dig into the ground and pull the seed out.
Oh, dang.
So you
Would
can
probably
really
mess
screw up.
up a lot.
So with like being that it's a nuisance, there's like probably no limits.
I think your limit's like 25 per person. So it's pretty high.
That's a lot.
A regular like Canadian goose, they just changed our limits last year or 2 years ago. It was 3 per person per day.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 2 per person per day, and then Maryland and Delaware are 1. It's really not even worth to go out for 1. It's a lot of work to shoot a goose. But
Does it taste good?
yeah, it tastes pretty good. We make jerky out of it.
Mm.
Yeah, we got.
Dang, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that's really the only way. Like
Goose jerky?
It's good.
Does it taste pretty good?
Yeah, it's good. I mean,
I love jerky, dude. I'll take jerky. I'll eat Slim Jim right now. That's like the word. That's not even jerky.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy.
I went through my deer jerky in like literally like 2 months.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Well, it's good. Do you make it yourself? You have something.
No, we made it. Yeah, we just hung it. Yeah, I don't like the dehydrators.
No.
I don't know. In my opinion, I think it just takes out all of like the flavor
Yeah.
because it like just makes them so thin. So we just cut them as thin as we can and then just hang them.
I have a dehydrator. My neighbor.
If you're getting that much jerky, then it's probably just best to dehydrate.
Yeah, I mean,
Like if you're consistently making it.
I mean, you figure if there's 6 of us go out, you shoot 12 birds in a day. That's 12 breasts you gotta cut up, and then that's a lot.
Do you take it to a place like a butcher, or do you?
No,
Guys...
you just breast them out, cut them up, typically in the back of the truck, and throw them in the trash can. Sometimes in the McDonald's parking lot. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, they'll. Yeah, we got in trouble for that.
At McDonald's?
Yeah, the security guard rolled up.
What did he say?
Well, I mean, you're cutting up 18 birds in the back of the truck, and there's feathers all over the parking lot. They're not too happy about it, you know?
Over here, they don't even care, huh?
Yeah, over here, bro, they take half that chicken breast, make some chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Hey, my buddy. Hey, you know what's funny? My buddy did go.
Yeah.
He did go into a Giant one day. Because like most Giant places, they make like Chinese food in the back or whatever. And he was like, he saw that they were like, they had like goose blood on them and stuff, and they obviously feel hunting. And he was like, "Hey, did you guys kill anything today?" He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You want to sell them?" He was trying to buy the geese. He just shot out of the back of the truck.
Yeah, bro.
Better than cats.
Change it. Cut that out.
I was kidding. Cut it out.
That's funny, bro. Yeah, you never know, right? Yeah. My friend saw him from, I think he's from, I don't know where he's from actually, but he said that there's spots where they would like legit eat cats.
Really?
But of course, it's like it depends on the community.
Yeah.
Like it's not like main food chains. It's like.
I've heard that about dogs too.
Yeah.
We do that with dogs too. But I guess when you're in a communist country and you're starving, you probably eat anything.
Yeah. Or you'd sell anything to live.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's how they were saying the pandemic started because the wet food markets are so bad over there. They have like everything there.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's like the perfect storm. It's like you have these guys that will make food out of anything that will literally, any meat they'll, give to people. And it's like right next to this lab that literally like throws away animals that they've like been experimenting on and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like odds are these people are probably just throwing animals away. Like this one didn't pass this flu test, and these guys are like, oh, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden one of these guys gets sick, and it's just like, boom,
one after another.
wildfire.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They said bats. Is that 100% true?
I think it did come from bats, which you can buy at the wet market.
Yeah.
But the bat that they were saying it came from was like 300, like it's native, like 300 miles from Wuhan. It's pretty far. But that was the bat they were testing the virus on in the lab.
Right. So they were like exporting it there, and then they were testing it, and
then I think what they've kind of determined at this point was that there was a slip up and somebody like broke protocol because they got violated. They got a violation like the year before.
Yeah,
2018.
I heard about that.
2018, they got a violation for unsafe practices or whatever.
I mean, to get a violation, you must be messing up pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, then a year later, we had a pandemic outbreak coming from a specific bat that they were testing on.
Yeah.
A specific virus that they were testing.
But like, what happened? Like, okay, they got that violation. Now what? Like, is anyone paying the price for this? Like,
no. Literally
lives, the whole world's that like. All the money spent, everything, like is there no one to blame?
I think everybody's just kind of afraid of China to do anything, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because you can't do nothing because it's over there, and it's like, to them, it's like, it didn't happen, or...
Yeah, I
no
mean,
one like they're not gonna even if they knew exactly who it was, they're not gonna like dox them.
yeah, there was a lot of strange things going on like right after about like that was one of the issues with the WHO. If you remember, like they didn't. We pay the most amount of money into the WHO.
Yeah.
For their funding. I think it's like $480 million a year, something like that. And then the rest of the world contributes for like smaller portions.
Right. Like as much as they can.
Right.
Fair.
Well, I think instead of like doing their job, which is to be like a health campaign, like, hey, you need to do this. Hey, we think we should stop travel to China to try and contain this, or hey, we think that people need to do this. Hey, maybe you might want to look into shutdown sooner, stop everything, whatever. They ran like more of a PR campaign to make sure China didn't look bad, and that really, they said like 95% of this wouldn't have happened if they would have done their job.
Right.
It was supposed to, because they do have plans in place. I mean, they have plans for pandemics.
Yeah, it's just like almost like a pride thing. Like we don't want to like be the one to be the face of all this, you know.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, why would they, you know?
Yeah, there's just a lot of sketchy things about the whole situation that we're kind of like,
Yeah. I mean, we'll never know. We're not there. We don't have people that are there. You know, they have their own way of handling things. Didn't like one of the guys like disappear or something? Like one of the like scientists.
well, that was
Yeah,
another
He was
thing.
like coming out and talking about it, and it's like got wiped off.
Yeah, no, that one doctor.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one doctor. He was in like a regional hospital somewhere. Did you ever hear about that? And he was like, "Hey, I have all these patients. Like they're dying. Like this is a real issue. We need to do something about it." And he like put this out to like I don't know if it was the world or just like all of China,
Yeah.
like all the doctors in China. And I guess like the government came and took him. They don't know where he is. Yeah, like he was just gone.
China is
Either that or he died of the virus like a couple days later.
Put him out.
Men in Black, dude.
Dead men don't talk, right?
Yeah, because apparently he said like he didn't have enough body bags. That's why he put the email out like he was like I don't have enough body bags for those people.
Yeah.
Because they were pretty like where he was at. They were pretty like malnourished and
Mm-hmm.
not a healthy community. You know, living in poverty and whatnot.
Seems like China did like got over it pretty quick though, or at least pretended to get over it pretty quick.
That's kind of what
I
I
mean,
think.
I know someone from like Hong Kong, and he's like, the only thing we can't do is like movie theaters, but like, and this was like in April.
Is that a song?
Yeah, he's like, this is like the only thing we can't do is like that, but literally clubs, everything's open, and I'm like, so are they? So like, what is it? Are they just like in denial, and like, are they just like pretending? Are they
I don't
just
know.
like brushing it off?
I had.
What do you think like their motives are?
So, well, like, I don't know. Last time I checked China's numbers, they were like 86,000 deaths
Yeah.
or something like that, which I don't think was accurate at all because
yeah.
no,
it's not.
heck no, that
Bro, are you
cannot be
kidding me?
accurate.
we're at 400 and some thousand deaths.
We can take everything they say with a grain of salt, bro.
I think it's green.
Against the grain, that's what they need.
Right. So, do you want to get into some conspiracy real quick?
Yeah, sure. Wait, hold on, let me get some tinfoil.
Oh, okay.
For our hats.
Hold on. All right, let's go deep, baby.
Okay. So, my personal opinion, if you remember, so coronavirus like started to be like,
Coronavirus.
it started to be like a big deal like November of last year, right?
Yeah.
That was like when everything was kind of like boom. But right at the end of the summer, if you remember, China and Hong Kong was in a revolution.
Yeah.
They're
Well, dude, Hong Kong is still.
Well, they're
like,
still protesting.
they're still protesting.
I think they said 2.4 million people are still protesting right
Yeah,
now.
you see that picture on Instagram? I saw it on
Dude,
Instagram.
2.4 million.
Yeah, it's the largest protest in the
Holy
world
cow,
and in
bro.
history.
And it's
ever.
the longest lasting too.
Yeah. So if you remember, China. So the way it was kind of explained to me, like Hong Kong's kind of like its own little
Yeah.
thing in China. Like they don't follow all of China's rules, I
Right.
guess. Like they have more freedoms than the rest of China does
Mhm.
for whatever reason.
Right.
Because it's not even a capital, right? Beijing's the capital.
Yeah, Beijing is the capital.
Right. So you have this protest going on. These Chinese people are waving American flags, demanding democracy, wanting more freedom, wanting less government, wanting to be able to do this, do
Mhm.
that. And the streets are a mess. Tear gas is going off. People are in chem suits and guns are rolling in, and they're snatching people up and doing all this stuff. And then, boom, the virus hits.
Mm.
The world shuts down.
Right.
Well, China shuts down first.
Yeah.
There's so much travel in and out of China because there's such a big component of the world
Mhm.
with trade, manufacturing, everything. Well, now it's spread. But I think it was maybe one of their ways of being like
Tactics of like trying to just break it up.
hey, we had this virus happen, and I think China thought that they were going to be able to fix it real quick. Like, oh, we'll have the people that made this make a vaccine real quick, and then we'll be the saviors. They'll have to put their faith
So you
back
think
in
like
the
they're
government.
like maybe like this still in
That makes
conspiracy
sense.
realm, but like they maybe didn't even anticipate it leaving China,
Kind of what
and then
I'm
all of a
thinking.
sudden it was just like the whole world literally.
Kind of what I'm thinking.
Don't you think it's freaking like odd how it like landed perfectly on an election season?
Oh, absolutely.
Like it got. I mean, you can't say. I'm not denying that it was real. I think it's 100% real. We all know it's real. Obviously, we've had a year to study it. But like, you can't deny that it wasn't politicized in any way
Well, that's
on both sides.
Oh,
You can't
it's
deny
terrible.
it. Like that
Yeah.
was like the number one way of arguing or pushing,
Yeah.
policies. Is that was your center focus?
Yeah.
You
I
know?
think that also saw how kind of shitty our government is.
Yeah.
Because to get into the political realm of it, look what happened. They waited the past 6 months to try and get another stimulus out to help businesses, help people, whatever, just so that they were hoping that it would fall under the new administration instead of the prior administration.
Right.
So
They
that
were
right there
banking-
tells you that they don't care about the American
Yeah,
people.
no, they're willing to just throw us under the bus, and they're banking on their administration winning,
Yeah.
and them just looking right in the end when literally like half the country's gonna be starving in about a year.
Yeah, so that was really shitty on a lot of behalf. I mean, you had doctors, you had people that were refusing hydroxychloroquine just because Trump said it, and for some doctors are like, hey, we have like 100% like this worked. I haven't sent anybody to the emergency room yet. Then you have other doctors saying, oh, that's dangerous. It doesn't work well. At this point, I think anybody was like, I'm willing to try anything.
Yeah.
Like if this works.
Well, if your
whatever.
life's on the line, like politics get thrown out the window, and you're just you're the professional. Just do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, that's not the case.
Yeah.
That has not been the case at all with anything in our government or anything. Everything's been politicized. Every aspect of an emergency that happened to our country has just been the people that suffered from it is us. And that's basically the bottom line.
So like going back to like the Hong Kong thing, has it like came back up again? Like,
Yeah.
are they back on the streets?
I
Is
saw
it
some today,
ramping
though.
Yeah, I
back
saw
up?
something today too.
Because I did see a picture the other day.
I think it was that picture.
My thing is,
Is it the one that we saw?
Yeah.
so the way communism works, they need the people to rely on the government solely, right?
Yeah.
The government controls everything. And I think they were kind of like, since it was its own little bubble, I think they were trying to I think they were starting to get their own little democracy kind of going. And I think in order for them to rely on the government, they needed to introduce an emergency, a pandemic, something that was,
Something that they didn't have like the cure for,
Or
the answers
control
for, that
or
only we
anything.
had.
and then boom, the government can fix this. Oh, now we have to restore our faith in the government because we were in a bad time and they helped us. And I think that might have been the
I feel like that might have been the plan, but I think really like what it just did for them in the long run is just bought us some time.
not to go the other route, to go the complete opposite route. There's always some sketchy stuff going on with China and Russia. Always 24/7. A lot of people don't know this.
Like them with each other or them
With us. So like every day, so my buddy was stationed in Alaska. Every single day, we send F-22s up to chase Russian fighter jets back to Russia. Every single day.
So you think they're just playing the system, just seeing if we're letting our guard down? Like, almost.
I don't think that. What I think is that.
You okay?
You good?
Coronavirus.
I think if you were to try, so everybody's always said you can't invade the mainland United States because behind every blade of grass there's a gun. And American willing to fight for what they love. So if you're going to do that, you divide the country with media, which is what they're doing.
Right.
You attack their economy and destroy their economy so they have no money left and no resources. Pretty much what happened.
Right.
And you make them lose faith in their government.
Right.
Which is the ultimate goal.
Which opens the door to like something like what happened like with Hitler. That's
Right.
exactly what happened. You break up a country. You have this like very charismatic leader who comes and is like, look, you know, that's so bad, it's so corrupt, you know, I got all the answers, you know, we're
Yeah.
gonna take over, we're gonna do what's right. But you gotta do exactly what I say and don't step out of line.
So if you were to look into a textbook, how you would take over the United States, I would have to say whatever happened last year would have been
Textbook?
textbook.
Yeah. Divide, conquer, and then reunite. Yeah, different writing.
Yeah.
It's
Cause a
mass hysteria.
mass hysteria. Yeah, exactly. Cause more in division. See, the hysteria can bring unity. It
Yeah.
can really bring
Yeah.
people together when you have trouble like
Right.
that. Neighbors helping neighbors. But then you bring in this social disrupt.
Right.
And then you divide. Okay, well now this side hates this side. They're not going to pay attention to what we're doing. Because another rumor I heard, and I don't know how true this is, but apparently China's been buying up a lot of ranches in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
They're going around spending 2 to 3 times as much as what a ranch costs just to buy it to get land here, which is also kind of sketchy.
Are these like
Oklahoma area.
are they like foreign internationals?
Yeah,
or-
just China businessmen, like the elites of China, billionaires, business owners, whatnot.
Yeah.
Coming and buying a bunch of land here, which is also kind of sketchy. This is all happening at the same time.
Yeah. But people are buying land everywhere, to be honest.
Yeah, but buying 5,000-acre ranches for 3 times.
Kanye did it, we ain't judging him.
Homie
That is
driving,
true.
Homie driving tanks on his
Always got everyone wearing the same color hoodie, bro. You're even questioning that?
Yeah, right. I don't know. There's just been a lot of sketchy stuff that happened.
Yeah,
this year.
dude, so much is gonna change, bro. Nothing. I mean, we're old enough to know, like, when has society ever changed or stayed the same?
It's never.
Like, you look literally back 20 years and it's like flipped
Completely
upside
different.
down. Yeah.
because all that cancel culture, dude.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of just manipulation. It's a lot of just trying to like turn us human beings against each other, making us hate like what differences we have in each other, then instead of like uniting over what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but normally you wouldn't care.
Yeah, but like what they don't get is like most people, like I would say like 80% of people on the planet, like are just trying to just get by, bro, and like literally just live and like.
Do whatever they need to
Yeah, some of us don't got time to like waste the energy to get in these arguments and you know what I mean? Like I just want to know how to feed my family. So like people are just willing to just turn the other way, like and not really look at the truth or seek the truth because they're just so distracted by working 10 hours a day. Going home, it's like but
Yeah.
like until like YouTube now and like podcasts and stuff. Now, like the working man is like starting to get a chance to like listen to different views and get education while they're working.
Yeah.
But that hasn't happened like until like recently. So if you notice, a lot of young men and stuff like that are starting to wake up because like they're actually learning as they're working. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're-
Oh, this is whack.
like I mean, we know so many people that like they just have regular jobs, but like they could tell you who the freaking who on the Swiss war and like all kinds of just weird facts that you would just learn like
It's a great way to learn.
yeah you would
make
never
something that's
learn in
interesting.
class.
Yeah.
But like most people are just
Just trying to
it's
get
just the 3%, like it's like the 20% of people that are literally controlling the like
You have 10% on this
80%.
side and 10% on
Yeah,
that
but
side.
they're like so radical, and that's all us
Right.
regular people see is like the most radical people ever.
Yeah.
So
That's
like
what I-
we're just normal. Like I mean, I know people that are the most liberal
Liberal.
liberal people. Liverpool. No, I'm just kidding. What's that Liverpool Pirates name?
Darren Till.
Shout out to Darren Till. No, I'm just kidding. Or like far right, and I literally consider them like my best friends. But they're not like so extreme to where like to what we see on TV.
And that's
It's like
even,
all these people that are Hillary Clinton people they're all murderers and they're all.
And that's
Trump, they're
that's an
trying
even
to-
smaller portion of the population.
Yeah,
than
dude, but
20%.
like they
Yeah.
make us think that everyone on the right or everyone on the left is like that crazy person wearing a fur hat storming the Capitol,
Yeah.
or they make everyone think that it's like some crazy liberal with like a vagina beanie like marching. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Yeah, hey, but then so
Like
I,
what?
I would say that, but I mean I've had situations like my mom or one of her friends like they've never spoke politics. before they've been friends for a couple years.
Yeah.
Whatever, never spoke politics before.
Yeah, and all of a sudden now they're just like sucked into it.
No, they didn't get sucked into it. My mom asked her to go to dinner or something for her birthday, and this was before the election.
Yeah.
And like I said, never spoke politics, but they had this woman had a feeling how my mom was going to vote in the upcoming election.
So she like already like kind of questioned her about it or what?
No, I didn't question her. Just straight up laid into her.
Really?
Like something happened to my son, and you're an absolute racist because you would support this person, and about like had nothing to do with anything she had ever done, and just for like just text messages, like just really laid into her.
Yeah.
And it was terrible.
But it becomes to a point where it's just bullying.
It's exactly
like,
what it
it's
was.
just like you feel like you have the right to bully someone. Like, oh, this is justified. I can stomp this person out.
Yeah. And then it was funny.
It's justified. Like they're a bad person. They're a Nazi. I could punch you.
Right.
But you're a bad person.
Right. Right after the
but
election.
really, it's just your own internal conflict making an excuse to be an asshole.
That's all it was.
No, yeah, exactly.
That's all it was. Right after the election too, she came and apologized and everything was fine
Yeah.
because it went her way. And it was like, you're not getting your way. Yeah, hey, like we should go out to dinner. I'm like, fuck her. Like, why would you go do that? You know,
Yeah.
that's a shitty friend right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, it wasn't like they were like, oh hey, like, did you see what it was going on in the news today? No, she was like, hey, do you want to go out to dinner? And she was like, you're a racist because this happened to my son.
So she like lured her in and then just roasted her.
No, never even lured her in. Like, just,
But like she said, let's go out to dinner. And
no,
like,
my
you
mom
did-
asked her to go out to dinner.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah, my
okay,
mom was
okay.
like, hey, do you want to go out to dinner? And she was like,
So she went and then she did that.
no, it was all over text message, like
Oh,
right
so
away.
They,
Like,
they didn't
boom.
make it to dinner. It was
No,
just
never
like,
even
no.
talked about anything.
Yeah.
It was just like, you're a racist because of this. But that's
See?
another thing, like cancel culture now, like they've figured out in the system, like say you have an opinion on whatever, okay, like, oh, I like Coca-Cola more than Pepsi.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't really, I mean, I don't like your opinion.
You know, you are a Nazi though if you think that. That's
Right.
actually true. I'm just kidding.
Well, like, oh, I don't like your opinion, right? So all they have to do is say is,
Bob
well, you're a racist. Shut your argument is
See,
absolutely.
but like that's what we do is we attach these horrible words
Correct.
to everything, and like we use them so much that like we forget the true meaning of the word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you're a racist.
You're a big
What does a
angry man.
racist mean? What do you know what that means? Like, are you, when you're talking to this person, do you really think that this person thinks that their color is the only one that matters and they're gonna stomp everyone out because
Yeah.
they think that? You know, like, are we really that? And I'm not saying that racists don't exist. Racists exist in every nation, every color. You know, there's everyone has their own little percentage. You know.
Yeah.
No one is all good, no one's all bad.
Correct.
You know, so it's like, can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Now, okay, we laid that down. Now let's talk to each other, okay? Do I disagree with you on certain things? Yes. Does that mean that I hate you? Does that mean that I want you to die and that I want, like, no.
Yeah. You're going
Like,
crazy.
Come
over
on,
there,
let's
no?
talk like normal human beings.
Well, I think it's just
It's like, you're a racist, I'm not talking to you ever again.
right, or
What
like
does
your
that
point's
solve?
invalid. You could have a completely valid point. You could say, hey, I think it's much better to drive my car 100 miles and get there faster than it would be to ride a bicycle. Well, if I disagree with you and I call you racist, well, boom, your point's invalid now. Nobody's gonna listen to you.
Yeah.
You know, it's that cancel. You're canceled now. Like anything you say from here on out, since you are labeled a racist, even though you didn't do anything
Right.
wrong, is completely invalid. And it's getting thrown around so much. And whoever has figured it out has figured out. All they have to do is say, "Is this?"
You just got to attach it to someone's name.
That's it.
Run the story. Even if we have to backtrack it, the poison's already out.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and then at that point, the person, if they want to redeem themselves, got to exert every ounce of energy to convince everyone that it wasn't true.
And that's politics.
By the
at
time they go
lowest
through
form.
it, they have gray hair and they're like burnt out. Like,
Yeah.
God,
Like
gotta spend
Alex
a whole
Jones.
life.
Unless you're Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
unless you're Joey Diaz, you
You
just
don't give a
freaking
fuck.
let it out, dude.
Yeah.
Let it fly. That's why I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything, but everyone who knows me knows that I'm a good person. I really do.
Yeah.
I want the best for other people, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I just met you tonight, and I see good in you, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And, like, even if, like, I didn't agree with you on anything that you're saying, I still know that you're a good person.
Right.
And even if you were out here, like, spitting in my face and stuff, like, it's not worth arguing over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta just turn the other cheek sometimes.
Yeah.
Like people can't just turn the other cheek and just like let people let something out.
It's that pride.
Like just
dude.
let them get it out. Okay, obviously they're angry about something. You don't gotta give back the same amount of energy that they were giving you. You know, like we don't gotta match that. Like you gotta literally de-escalate any situation.
Yeah.
You know, like if someone's mad at you, or you can tell right away they're having a bad day, just like brush it off. Just be like, yeah, you know, I'm sorry, whatever.
My bad, no.
Yeah, but people can't do that no more. It's like they take it to
pride, dude. It's pride.
They right away gotta go on Facebook. Do you know what this girl said to me at Starbucks? She told me that. And then all of a sudden people just start lashing. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's because it's that instant.
Yeah, you should find that girl. F that girl. Da 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 da. And then it just turns into this negativity gravitational pull.
Yeah, no.
And what does it accomplish? Nothing.
It starts with pride.
It does, dude.
Pride,
It really
and
does.
you get that instant gratification on social media. You get that one.
Yeah, and then you start getting people like
because a lot of people now only follow people that agree with them. You know, they don't follow.
Yeah,
There's no diversity.
Yeah,
there's none, dude.
They say we'll only make it another 50 years on the track we're on with social media.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, what do you mean 50 years? Like 50 years of social media lasting?
No, society. So they're like, if we stay on the track that social media is on, because AI is getting ready to come into a big portion of us.
Elon Musk.
And that's a whole nother, with the whole chip in your head. Like, basically, data is going to be direct. Like, you don't have to go on the phone like you're just going to do things.
Yeah.
Which is going to be all streamlined. Anyway, what they're saying with social media is the downfall of society from 2007 when the first smartphone. It's only been 13 years. Think about what life was like in 2007. Think about what life is like now.
Yeah.
And that's 14 years now.
Yeah. It's
and
just
we have no idea what to do with it. Mm-hmm. And since it gives us the same reaction like doing drugs, it releases the dopamine on your phone.
Yep.
And whatnot, you know.
Yeah.
We're addicted to that dopamine rush. And
Yep.
people get dopamine from everything. People get dopamine from like someone agreeing with them. People get dopamine from someone just liking your post. So like if you're like saying something like, even if it's negative and a lot of people are liking it, you're gonna keep being that person.
And then you're just gonna be negative.
Yeah, dude. And then you're gonna like, you know, get a job around people that don't like have the same values as you, and you're gonna pop off in your job.
I guarantee.
You know, or you're gonna have some breakdown and start crying, and people can be like, "What's wrong with you?" You're gonna be like, "The society, you guys are all evil."
Yeah.
And it's like because you've been in that bubble your whole freaking life.
No accountability.
You can't handle life outside of that.
Yeah.
Well, I think
expose yourself to people getting in arguments with you, or people that just don't agree with anything that you have to think. Don't you think?
I think the biggest issue coming up is probably not going to be us, like our generation, the generation above us. It's going to be the generation below us because they've known nothing else.
Yeah.
They've always had this technology. It wasn't like when we were kids, like we had toys or we were watching TV and we couldn't record everything, or we didn't have, if you want to go on the internet, you had to go to the desktop and put stuff up, and YouTube wasn't as readily available. There wasn't so many videos. Everything was completely different. But these kids have known nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were born plugged in.
Exactly.
So just plugged into.
I would say if you really wanted to solve most of the country's problems, you ever seen the South Park episode where they have the big router for the internet? And you just go unplug it, like all of the internet. If you just went and like unplugged the internet for like 48 hours, see how calm people would get. I guarantee everybody would just be like, just more calm.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be like that right away.
Probably not.
Because think about it, like.
Well, it'd be like coming down off of a drug.
Exactly.
Too,
yeah, there would be like a week of like
anxiety,
freaking the hell out.
Like if I could still call you, like, hey, my phone works, I can call you and talk to you. Like, okay. Yeah. But as far as seeing like all the posts, because they already have algorithms for everything you want to see.
Yeah.
Hell, we could talk about buying a new watch today, and like I'm probably gonna go on Facebook later and watch it on my phone. Like hey,
rollies, dude.
I take advantage of that though, bro.
Exactly.
How did you know I wanted that?
But they've been figuring it out. Sometimes it even comes up.
Yeah,
to
it's
say
like
anything.
the social. What is that show called?
Social experiment.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Where they like talk about like exactly what you're saying. Like,
I think so. I've never seen it, but yeah, I think
that's what you're talking about. Is it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's right there.
But once they really integrate AI into it, I think that's what they're talking about. Like the downfall is going to be just detrimental. There's going to be no return from it.
So what's the worst thing that comes out of AI? Like you're saying, like they're predicting we're
as long as
stuff, but like you said, society can't last more than like
they're predicting.
But like what is the thing like? what is the thing that social media makes us do that's going to lead to the downfall?
So
Like, what can you see happening?
right now, what they're talking about, which happens, like foreign countries have these bots. They're not real accounts; they're fake
Oh,
accounts.
yeah, those Russian accounts.
Yeah, Russian,
Russian
Iran.
bots.
That's what they
Trump
are.
the election.
Well, so they have all these accounts, and like, say if you're on this side, they go both sides of the fence, right? So if you're on this side of the fence on something,
Yeah.
they're gonna make a bunch of videos and they'll put it up, and it'll show up on your Discover, like on your.
You know, make it
Instagram,
seem like real
like,
people are saying that or something.
suggested or
It's
hey.
almost like how they like with the stocks, how they drive the stocks up.
Exactly.
That's what they're basically doing on social media. Like, let's make
With
all these
bots.
fake accounts, make this thing, and go trending.
And but
And
they're
then
not.
everyone, and then all of a sudden everyone agrees with it.
But it's not for one opinion. It's for all opinions.
Right.
So that's a crazy thing. So like
It's like they're driving both sides at the same time to get people riled up.
for separation. So the AI, where the AI is going to come in, it's going to be able to do all that. It's going to be able to sway people one way or the other.
Yeah,
and
but
determine what you can
What
see
if
when you
what
can
if
see.
AI had good intentions and like actually just saw things where they
But how
were?
can it have good intentions when it's just?
Made with bad intent.
Well, not that it's made with bad. It doesn't have to differentiate between good and bad. So it's going to do whatever it's designed to.
Brain and AI. See what happens.
Dude, it'll be all
The
messed
whole
up.
world would just would make Vito Pimp the president.
Dude, that's what we need. If Beetle Pimp was president, we wouldn't have these issues.
Dude, as long as Will Smith is still alive, we're good, dude. iRobot, you see
Yeah,
that?
Jaden's gonna take over.
Yeah. I have to.
Yeah, man, I see what you're saying. Though.
But AI also, like, think about shadow banning, right? Shadow banning is already bad. Like, if I were to go type in somebody's name that goes against Instagram's community guidelines, just for posting guns, I like guns. Like you saw, I posted a gun on my Instagram, right?
Yeah,
I could technically get shadow banned for that
Yeah,
because
like
guns
promoting
are
it.
bad, right? So that's happening to a lot of people. You go search their name in the search bar. It's nothing there.
I heard that there's a new search engine that you can use. I think it's called DuckDuckGo or something like that.
Againstthegrain.org.
Make it.
DuckDuckNet.
Yeah, it's called DuckDuck. You just got me lost.
DuckDuckGo.
Yeah,
DuckDuckGo.
something. I don't know. Basically, it's a search engine that's like, because like Google
Untrackable,
is
right?
manipulated,
Google is manipulated.
and there's certain things that you can literally look up, and it will not give you.
Correct.
But then if you
It
go on
exists,
DuckDuckGo, yeah, and you DuckDuckGo, and it'll be the first thing that exists. And I think I heard this on a podcast. It might have been Joe Rogan. I don't know. I watched so many, but there was a case. You know, we're talking about the coronavirus, about like how there was a scientist or whatever that like disappeared, whatever.
Yeah.
You look that up on Google, can't find it. DuckDuckGo, first thing that pops up. Like stuff like that. It's like weird.
Well, also, like, I know you can pay more to be the first or second on a Google search.
Oh, duh.
Yeah. So,
So who do you think's gonna have priority?
and it may exist on Google. You might be able to Google it, but it might be on the 1200 page going this way.
Yeah, and dude, I've noticed like on YouTube that happens.
Yeah.
Like I look up against the grain and we can't find ourselves.
Canceling us, boys.
It's a cancel
That's
culture.
our last
Speaking
one.
that truth, free Bobby Shmurda.
They told us this is our last episode.
I know. That's why we had to make it a good one. We had to go deep, you know. You guys are gonna try and cancel us anyway, so might as well just go out with a bang.
We're going deep.
Yeah, what are you guys gonna do to us, huh? Come get me, China.
These cocksuckers.
Come get me, Russia. What are you gonna do, Khabib? Just kidding.
gonna fuck
Actually,
you
yeah.
up.
He fights bears.
Well, I'm a tiger.
Well, we got John Jones.
Yeah, we got John Jones with his freaking AKs. Have you guys been seeing John Jones
With
pop
his
off?
dogs and
Dude, John Jones released a video. Do you follow him on Instagram?
I don't know.
He released a video of him doing the hip fire shots with a pistol. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
Where he's all, bah, 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 bah. I'm like, I love that YouTuber, dude. He's practicing for shooting someone up at Lotus. He's all, bah, 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 bah.
He's just ready, bro.
He's at
He's sick,
FX.
dude, yeah. He had to chase someone out of his yard, remember?
Yeah,
With the
someone
AR?
tried to rob him.
Oh,
That was a
it's like
Someone
shotgun.
tried to rob him and he went outside with a shotgun, bro, chasing him.
So he's like a modern day John Wick.
Yeah,
Somebody tried to
basically.
Well, he's a
His dog.
UFC champion.
Well, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
No,
just
but he's like the ultimate weapon, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you kill his dog, you're done.
You're done for.
Yeah.
Dude, his dog is sick too.
His dog will kill you.
Yeah.
He has one of those
Trained.
police dogs.
Yeah, it's like I think it's a Belgian.
It's like one of those dogs where he goes like that and it like will just kill you.
That's good.
And
That's what you
then like 2 snaps and it's like petting you.
That's dogs are crazy,
man.
bro. Dogs are really nuts.
I would be kind of scared. I feel like that's a liability. Like, what if like you accidentally make a hand movement and the dog eats like your girlfriend? You know what I mean? Like, what if you're just like, hey, baby, I miss, and he's like, "Rah."
I'd be more
I
scared
think
to
they
be
talk in
a girlfriend and
Dutch.
get in like an argument with him. She'd be like, yeah, you're pissing me off. My boy Duke over here ain't looking too happy, you know? Just
Like, what's that movie, bro? That Tarantino movie?
Which one? With the dog?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah,
Did
does
you
he
see
make a
that?
dog bite him?
Tarantino?
Is there a dog in that movie?
Remember at the end, Brad Pitt? He's like,
Oh, yeah, the bulldog.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yes. I haven't seen that movie since the
remember
movie
you watched it at midnight?
Yeah, me and Brandon went to like a midnight viewing or whatever. Back when we could go to the movies randomly.
Do you think movies are done?
No, dude, they're open everywhere else.
Dude, this is my prediction. I know you think everything's gonna go away, but everything's coming back, bro. It's gonna be like the roaring 20s.
I agree.
The
Think-
roaring 2020s.
I can't believe
You know what I mean? Like the big, everything. The recession's over, baby. They're gonna bring back clubs, Miami.
vacation's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Cruises.
It's coming back. We're gonna be all over the place.
I would
It's
agree
gonna get
with that.
raw. Just kidding.
Josh Gone Wild 2021.
I would agree with you. I think people are just gonna people are
Can't copyright this. No, I'm just kidding.
everywhere around me. They're building stuff. I couldn't believe it. Like throughout the pandemic,
Yeah.
people are buying. You know, I have a Polaris Razor. I called up for my buddy to try and buy like a new 4-wheeler or something.
Yeah.
Like that. He's like, I don't have anything in stock. Everything I have here is sold. People are buying. You know, they're going on trips. They're going snowboarding.
Mhm.
They're buying RVs, campers. They're like finding all this alternative stuff to do when everything else is shut down. And then like I think boom, when it comes back, you know, all the resorts are going to be going freaking nuts. I think
Oh, yeah.
I think movie theaters, going to the mall. You know,
Now's the time to buy movie theater stocks. Buy AMAX stocks right now.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna be happy in about 2 years.
I bet because it's that like nostalgia thing. Because well, unless they push it all to streaming services, which they
Yeah,
also
but-
might do,
but
it could go
They
that
are.
way.
They are now.
Yeah. Because what was that one movie that they released only on streaming?
Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Mortal
forget what-
Kombat.
Yeah.
It's only on HBO Max. I'm gonna have to get that tonight.
Yeah, I think it's already out. God.
No lie, bro.
See the previews.
That preview's sick though for the Kong preview. I felt like a little
God,
kid
Kong's
watching
gonna
that.
freaking beat him up, dude. Beat
I don't
Godzilla
know.
up, dude. Dude, that one has little
Not
T-Rex
if China
arms.
has shares in that movie. You know Godzilla's gonna win.
China apparently has had a lot of influences on our movies.
Dude, they have like the biggest influence.
I didn't think it was
Dude,
like that.
you know what I just learned? Man, I know we've been talking about China a lot, but like there's a lot of weird, crazy facts. China only releases 20 US movies a year to show to their public. And it can't have like certain things in it. Like it can't depict certain things.
Like what ours
Like
does,
there
right?
can't be gay people in it. There can't be like weird things.
Yeah, it's nuts. And they've been influencing like how movies are made in like certain countries and like how policies are in countries and movies
Yeah.
and how actors are in movies and like where they go.
Well, I know
Do you
like in
want-
ours, they change it for them, but like ours, they show it the way they want it.
Yeah, or they'll show them a different version of what
Yeah, exactly.
But like a crazy like fact, and like I didn't know this, is like, you know the movie The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
China's never seen it. Because in that movie they depict this China guy as like being like a dirty, corrupt guy.
Oh
and then
yeah.
and then Batman has to go steal him back and bring him back to the country. Because of that, never released it to China.
Really?
What do you think? What do you think they think of the interview?
No, North Koreans.
Yeah.
He's all, we're same, but different. He's all,
What about that movie The Dictator? Have you guys
Oh,
seen it?
yeah. He's all
I
milking
just
that
saw
What
that
they do
movie
from
the other day.
Borat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's all milking that chick.
Yeah.
That's what you remember?
He's like the nuke when they're building the nukes. He's like, I'd like to make them like more pointy, like more like a rocket.
Yeah.
And he's like, I mean, it's pretty good the way it is. And he's just like,
Yeah.
and then just like off the dude.
He's like, you're right. My favorite part's like when he's like walking down the hallway and he like bumps into the guy. You know how you like both go the same way, and he's like, oh, no, you go ahead. And then like right after he's all.
Yeah, you remember when he's like running at the track like in like the Olympics.
Oh,
or whatever,
yeah.
And he's like starts.
He's
shooting.
already go. He shoots the gun.
Yeah, then
he has the gun to tell him to go.
But it had real bullets in it. He's like turning around shooting the people in the legs that are racing
That was
against
funny.
him.
They're coming close to him. He's like, I'm the winner. That's messed up.
He made him like move the finish line up, like they're like running towards him.
Dude, that movie is funny, bro. It's
Yeah.
funny because like you could make that like you could see that as actually being true.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
Make it
why.
in the funniest way. You know what I mean?
Think about like Iran or North Korea. How many COVID cases do they have? They probably heard somebody cough and were just like,
Yeah. And that's
It is.
probably why they don't like weren't as advanced as like us for a long time, is because their leaders like would do like what that guy did. Like if they didn't do something they didn't like, they would just like kill scientists, and they're like, that was our most smartest guy.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like after you've killed everyone, you just have one dumb guy who's just like,
Yeah.
we got the bomb.
Blow the stuff up.
It's pointy though.
It might blow up on that pad, but it's fine.
Dude, Elon Musk's rockets, he made them pointy because of that.
Yeah,
movie.
I heard that the other day. I watched that podcast.
Did you see that?
Yeah, he was like, yeah.
He's like, it actually made it not that accurate.
He was like, it changed it by like a small percentage. He's like, in like a good or bad way. He's like, I wouldn't say a good way. So yeah,
he even like mentioned the dictator on
Yeah,
it.
he was like, yeah.
we made it. He's like, rockets just look cooler when they're pointy.
He is like the smartest internet troll
Yeah,
there
he
is.
is.
Because he'll troll people, and I think it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
That dude's got so much going on. I don't understand. If there's aliens, it's got to be him, right?
Yeah, probably. Or if they knew about them, he'd probably be the first to know.
I would have to say. He's
Like,
too smart.
Like, you know, an alien like years from now is gonna find that Tesla floating in space.
Yeah, he put one of his cars in space.
No, I know.
I think it's going to Mars, right? Is that the one going to Mars?
Well, a rover just landed on Mars
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, they're
Did you see that link I sent you?
I think it's
all
been
the
on
pictures.
there.
It's been on there
It's
for.
been on
Has it?
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw I got the link yesterday of like, oh no, I got the link that shows it's like live footage 24/7.
Oh really?
Yeah, you can see like a Toyota drive by every 2 hours.
It's all Vegeta. It's at the beach, bro.
Yeah,
Every now and then you see some guy. Hey, kill that guy! Come out! This is
You
Mars.
think anybody saw it?
It does look pretty similar to Luna's.
Some crackhead comes and picks it up.
Like, what's this? Flash zoom.
He said he wants to retire on Mars. That's where he wants like.
Yeah,
die.
but he didn't like. I don't think he's gonna make it to Mars. I don't know. There's just not enough resources. That's the thing.
Well,
Like he knows what he has to do, but like it would take a drastic change in the whole world to make that happen.
well, yeah, you would have to like pull everybody together
Yeah,
to do
you would
that.
have to get everyone's resources and get like literally everyone's tax money from the whole world like invested in this.
You're gonna have to send nuclear bombs to another planet. 'Cause
Yeah.
You heard his idea. He's got to blow up the caps
To melt them.
to melt them and change the climate.
Yeah.
To warm it up. He basically has to like have like a series of nuclear explosions constantly to warm up the climate, and then it should bring the atmosphere back to sustain itself. Like once they can get like
Yeah.
plants growing and stuff.
They
Which
should
is
just
Maybe Matt Damien up there, dude.
yeah, that was a good movie.
That was a good movie. The
they
Martian.
should just take Bobby Schmurda to drop a flow on the ice caps, bro, melt them.
Not just take his hat and throw his hat out there. You know what I mean?
That would be sick. That movie was good. What was it called? Mars Mission or
The Martian.
The Martian. They said that was like one of the most like realistic like science movies that's like ever been made.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it was off. Like if they were to do it, he's like, that's.
I don't
how
think
they
it
would do
tops Interstellar.
Interstellar just.
That movie fucked that. It
That movie.
screws with my head too much. You can't do it.
Your mind has to be. It's almost like Inception. Like there's certain movies your mind has to be like in a certain state to watch.
Like Shutter Island. You ever seen that?
Shutter
movie?
Island.
Yeah, I just
mess
watched
you
that
up.
the other day.
Dude, I can pretty much like tell how a movie's gonna end.
Yeah.
Like the first 20 minutes of it.
See,
Yeah,
and that's what
exactly.
makes a movie good, and those are the movies I'm attracted to, are the
Oh, yeah.
ones that aren't predictable. That's even why
Like
I
The
like
Departed.
Rick and Morty so much.
Dude, you
Because
never
Rick and
know.
Morty is just so off the chain, like you can't predict an episode.
Like, don't ruin it for us.
Yeah, like it'll
I've
take some
seen it.
happy guy and then
No,
like,
he's seen the Rick and Morty, but I'm saying like The Departed too.
The Departed. Oh yeah, The Departed is like
Can't-
perfect
we
example.
can't tell he hasn't watched it yet.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's totally unpredictable.
It's good though. Like I love that.
But the whole movie, you're like, oh yeah, you know.
And then
Or like, you know, even watching like certain movies, it's like, oh, the good guy's gonna win. Oh, good guy like gets decapitated or something, and you're like,
heck?
and then the bad guy wins. That's why I liked Infinity Wars.
Yeah, because it was like
It was like The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
It was like it didn't end like where the hero won, and you're like, whoa,
that's wild.
you know. And then even like the villain wasn't even like that much of a villain. You almost like kind of
You saw his
You
side.
understood?
yeah, he was like an anti-hero. You're like you would think the guy with all the power in all the universes would like use that for domination, but he literally like destroyed the Infinity Gauntlet because he's like all that did was lead down a path to temptation. I'm like, dang, dude, that takes some balls.
Right.
Because any other human being would like,
I want this,
yeah, or just rule forever, or whatever.
And he felt that he was like bringing balance, which I guess like some supervillains.
Yeah,
do
it was
think,
like cynical.
Yeah, I mean, because like you think like look what Hitler did, like
Yeah.
you know, killing all the Jews. He thought like, oh, well, this is really gonna even things out or whatever. It was kind of the same deal.
Do you think
so-
Hitler really believed all that?
Oh,
Like, do you really think that he like believed 100% what
You
he was
have
preaching,
to.
or do you think he had alternate like?
You have to be that.
Well, when you're on
honest,
meth, you'll think a lot of things.
Is he on meth?
He was on meth. And
They
they were
were
giving
100% on meth.
yeah, and they were giving meth too.
I know
JFK
that.
was on meth too. You ever watched Drunk History?
Mm-mm.
So JFK had an issue where like he was developed this disease, and he went to this guy called like Dr. Feelgood,
Mm-hmm.
and the dude was just giving him meth, and like apparently
Dr.
like,
Philgood.
apparently like
Dr.
one
Phil?
apparently he was like doing cartwheels in the hallway like naked one day in a hotel.
Hell yeah.
And like he was the president of the United States, and then shortly after he got murked. You know?
Bro, when you're the president, you deserve that right.
Yeah, but Hitler was giving meth to
Once
his
you're the
soldiers.
president, you deserve to smoke meth if you want.
He was
accomplished.
Yeah, but Hitler
We did it!
Hitler was on meth, and they were giving it to their soldiers like before they knew anything.
Oh,
Just think about it.
That's the only reason they can survive in the cold for like 5 days straight.
Yeah, they're like, you're up for 3 days straight. You don't need much food. You're not eating much. You don't need much water, and you have all this energy. Like that's like a super soldier right there. Like they can do all this work. They don't get tired,
Yeah.
and like
They're not afraid to die. Probably don't feel pain that much.
No. So then it was like your comprehension of things and like your thought process isn't the same. So if you were like, hey dude, go jump off that bridge, they're probably like,
Yeah.
all right, and just go jump off the bridge. You know.
If
But,
only we could convince all the crackheads in Albuquerque to join the army and freaking take over the world.
Kind of, dude. They're like World War
domination,
Dude, they're like
dude.
World War Z zombies out here.
Dude, I saw. Oh my god. It's getting worse. I think there's like a big rush lately, or there's a bad batch in town. I'm not kidding you, bro. It's been like creepy. Like the people are just like look like they're demented.
You think they're doing bath salts?
Yeah. No, there's just something not right in what they're smoking, because like their brain literally looks like it's off, and like I've seen this guy like just eating his hand, like taking at his hand is like bleeding, like weird stuff.
I've seen people on meth do that.
And I look at them and I'm like, there's no way that person's gonna live in a week. Like in the condition they're in right now, they look like just horrible.
Well, a lot of them, like Narcan's been a big deal around me. And they'll like, shit, there was like a guy who OD'd 3 times in one day, brought back all 3 times.
Probably gets pissed every time, huh?
Yeah, they do get mad.
You take their highway.
Yeah, you take their highway.
Dude,
So people are.
I got a question for the world, and I think I asked you this too, and you might have the answer. But I've been watching this show. I don't know if it's Drugs Inc. It's similar. So you know how like you've seen those shows, right?
Yeah.
They get this guy, and like they're interviewing this guy.
Oh yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
this.
he's like, yeah, I'm the head of the Mexican cartel. I'm gonna smuggle $4 million worth of cocaine. This is it right here. We're gonna push it across the U.S. border. And they have like some just like a sock over their face, and I'm just like watching this like, first off, how does an interviewer get connected to the cartel? How do they get the cartel to like basically reveal who they are and what they do in their secrets?
So
And then how do they like follow them through the whole show?
you should have. There's a Joe Rogan you should listen to. There was a journalist that he was from Britain, spent most of his time in Mexico.
Yeah.
Because Mexico is crazy. They said after 2008 it got really bad. Like the stuff you see like terrorists doing to like captives like in the Middle East is nothing compared to what they do now. They do some really messed up torture shit. And anyway, he got in with these gang members and he would
But
interview.
how, dude?
He would have to like
That seems like
he would talk to this person, and then eventually like he would gain this one's trust, and like they're telling him like murder stories.
So do you think that they? Do you think that they offer the cartel money? Like, look, if you just let me record you and like
No, they don't need
it's a
money.
show.
They don't need money.
But like they're risking their whole identity. Is what
Yeah,
I'm
no
saying.
names were so like no names.
But like these guys are wearing masks where like you can literally see their eyes and stuff.
Oh.
And they're
Well,
like,
this
yeah,
I think this guy just took notes. Like he just wrote.
Right.
or like a voice recorder or something, and their name was never discussed.
Yeah.
But he was like interviewing like not leaders, but
He was
killers.
up there, yeah.
He was interviewing just like.
Did he make a show out of it?
I don't know. Well, he was on the podcast, but I think he had like a bunch of articles and like papers and stuff. He might have made a show, but he said that the wild thing was he was interviewing. So he was explaining in Mexico, there's cartel,
Yeah.
and then there's like gangsters, and they're different. They're like split down the middle.
One's more organized.
No, they hate each other. Like I guess like one's like organized crime, the other one's the cartel, and like they get pissed when the cartel comes in and tries to run their shit. So they're fighting constantly. So it's like them living in a war zone, 24/7.
Yeah.
And they're both shitty. It's not like one's good and one's bad.
Yeah.
They're both terrible, and you're just an average person trying to live your life, and you have these two evil entities fighting, and they're fighting over you and your control for your farm or whatever. And he was interviewing the one, and
Was he a gangster or cartel?
he was a gangster. He was interviewing the one. He was like with all his boys, and they were like strapping up to go get into a fight with a cartel somewhere.
Yeah.
Like they were loading up all their guns and getting in the back of pickup trucks and shit. And he was interviewing them. Like he's like, dude, they had like grenade belts and everything else. Like they were like going to war with these dudes. And like he interviewed them, and then they rolled out, and he was like, the battle was in the newspaper the next day, and like most of them died.
They probably wanted like publicity too, maybe some way, like, hey, maybe we can make the world think we're stronger than we are or something.
Dude,
Because that's how small gangs blow up.
Yeah, I
like
guess.
Pablo and all in publicity, it's like,
Yeah, if you could get your name out there,
let's
I guess.
make the world fear us. Look what we did to these people who crossed us. But dude, on that show, it's like a different person. It's a different drug.
Well, I don't know how they could do that.
And I'm watching
I'm
this like
saying
so
this.
puzzled. I'm like,
I think it's got to be an ego thing, like, oh, yo, like,
I'm
telling
saying
your
this-
boy, like, yo, I made it on the show, like, I'm
But,
selling
like-
so much drugs.
but like that's gotta be the worst drug dealer in the world. Like
But I'm
if they're
saying
doing
this,
that, they're
but
like, we got $1 million worth of cocaine right here. You're looking at it.
Was it a
And then on one of the
dramatization?
episodes, the cops busted in the middle of an interview and did a raid.
do you think it's real, or do you think it's story?
Yeah.
I don't
Do you
know.
think
That's
it's
my
like
question.
Is this
There's
like
a part of me-
drama? I
Huh?
think it's like the dramatization because the
No,
only
it's
reason
not
I'm
like
saying,
dramatized. I'm just trying to figure out like how does one journalist get in and get.
But
First
what
off,
I'm
how do they
saying
find
is-
them?
I think maybe some of them, not all of them, have to be caught and maybe doing a plea deal.
Yeah, that's actually But so you're saying that they got caught, and then like maybe they convinced their gang that like they got out for some reason, but they really agreed like how people wear wires. They really agreed to have these people document what they're doing.
No,
But,
I'm
like,
thinking
get back
like
in the
maybe
game.
like they made a deal with like the federal government. Like
No,
if we
no
try
shot.
you, no.
I would say that the government down there is completely run by the cartels.
No, I'm saying the ones that got caught like running over here, like
because
because he said they're coming to America. So I'm
yeah, but
thinking,
it's
like,
filmed in Mexico. If they're in Mexico,
It's
they don't
filmed
do
in all these. It's filmed in like Brazil. They do
Here.
cocaine. They do it here. There's one on ecstasy here. But the thing is, they're successful. There's an episode where they follow this Mexican cartel across the border to the U.S. and they're like, we successfully made it. Like,
I don't know if that's real or not.
that's
though,
what I'm
dude.
saying. Like, I don't know what to think.
I can't imagine like
is
unless they're
it
just
fake?
like
Are these people just making stuff up just to make our like us believe what they're?
entertainment. I don't know.
Because like,
I think it's real.
but like, if it was dramatized, wouldn't the people doing the documentary be equally guilty for like knowing that these people are smuggling $2 million worth of cocaine across the border?
What
There's
I'm
probably like
saying
some
is-
journalist law or something.
What I'm saying
Like a
is,
protection?
I'm thinking the ones who crossed the border, if they got caught, they probably had to make a plea deal, and then they probably like snitched or something. Journalists got wind of it, made a dramatization, put them in like what is it called? Secret witness protection, and they let them go. They got what they needed to get the bigger fish,
Yeah,
Some of them. I'm thinking
that
some
makes
of them
sense.
have
I
to.
think it might have something.
But
to do
maybe
with that.
like I feel like what he's saying, like if you're going to Mexico and Brazil, and you get trusted, they'll probably talk to you.
Yeah, if you get trusted, like because they run the government, the
Yeah.
cartels and everything. Like they're not going to get in trouble for anything. The only thing would be like if the U.S. found it. So they'll probably just go in there and be like, hey, like I'm saying, like it's probably like a cool thing, like, yo, Brandon, like I got on the documentary the other day, like my shit's good.
Yeah, that's kind of like I think is the most possible like way that the show works.
like a bragging.
Yeah, exactly. Like they want to show people like look what we got away with.
It's possible.
Because I mean, how else? It's weird.
But that one dude, he got in there with like like I said, it wasn't any higher ups. He was just talking to like stone cold killers.
Yeah.
Like they take these kids when they're like 13 and just they're like, all right, go kill this guy. And they'll just start killing people in
They're
nature.
taking magic kids. That's what I don't like.
It's really bad. He's like, when I was 13, like.
And then what they do is they like persuade them with like money. You know, they get these kids that are starving. They're like, look, you can have a nice watch like me.
Yep.
You know,
You
and
can,
then they
like-
give him a gun. Like, just go shoot that guy.
Yeah, you can have this
Go
brotherhood.
kill combo.
And you'll be protected, huh?
Until you're not. Until you're not against it.
Plain Jane Green.
Shoot. Well, I think that almost about wraps it up. Glad to have you on the table, man. It was
Yeah.
fun.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll have you back, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for visiting.
And I got one more thing.
What do you have
Oh,
to
wait.
say?
No. Do you have
Do
anything
you have
to
anything
plug?
to say?
No, I was.
Want to
yeah.
plug in your Insta?
Yeah, what's your Instagram?
Yeah, my Instagram is airing out my pants. AARON. You know, AA Ron. Easiest way to remember that.
Give him a follow, guys.
Yeah, hit me up.
Follow.
Send him
Thank
some
you.
ammo.
Yeah, any ammo, much appreciated. I don't even care about the caliber. I'll just buy a gun that fits it.
So you got anything?
I do got something.
What's up?
We ain't leaving.
You're not leaving, baby. We're not leaving. Hey, you thought you'd get rid of us, but you won't, baby. You'll never
Brains
see the
never
end of
die.
us.